Three incredible NFL bets. That's what we're going to be going through in this video. You can see lines are on the move in the Titans-Bengals game. So lines have been ripping against the Titans, which actually kind of sucks because I previously had a bet on the Titans, but whatever. You can see that the Bengals are now down to minus 143. So line movements are highlighted in green and red on the odds jam screen. And I say this all the time, but as a sports bettor, lines are always moving, right? Weather changes, lines move. You can imagine it gets really windy, the total has to come down. If a team has a better passing game and the other team has a better rushing game and it's going to be really windy, then the team that has a better rushing game is probably more likely to win, right? So the market's always moving. Lineups are changing. Players are getting injured. Sharp action's coming in. Weather's changing. All these reasons, the market is constantly moving, just like the stock market. So as a sharp sports bettor, we are hunting through the sports books, right? Looking for those rare few betting opportunities where the bookies are screwing up, right? On Caesar Sportsbook, they probably have, 100,000 odds on their site right now. They're trying to keep everything in check and charge a 4 to 5% spread called the VIG. Occasionally, they screw up. They miss the weather changing, right? They're asleep at the wheel. And we're able to find plays like this random hockey play I just locked in, which isn't that relevant to this video, but we'll talk about it maybe in a bit. So regardless, let's go ahead and let's start out with my first play. So my first play I found on the OddsJam arbitrage page. So I say this all the time, but as a sports bettor, it's all just about finding line discrepancies, finding value. So if you don't know what arbitrage is, I highly recommend, you watch a couple of videos about it. We have some tutorials about it on the OddsJam YouTube, also on our site. But essentially what arbitrage is it's when sportsbooks have such different odds, because bookmakers have different odds, that you can bet the over on one sportsbook and the under on another sportsbook and make a risk-free profit. So here, for example, you can see there's an arbitrage bet between FanDuel and Sports Illustrated, as well as 5 dimes. So FanDuel has the over 10.5 first quarter points at plus 106, right? The under, so the opposite outcome, these are always equal and opposite outcomes, the over versus the under, right? The game always goes over or under. So either here, it's like one of these bets has to win, the other has to lose. The game's going over or the game's going under. Well, I guess this is the quarter. So the quarter's going over, it's going under. So essentially, whenever you have arbitrage and you can make a risk-free profit betting on both sides on 2 different sports books, there has to be a profitable bet. So a lot of times I use this page just to find line discrepancies. So an example of one I'll show you right here is in the Rams-Chiefs game. You can see the over 20.5 first half total points is minus 125 on FanDuel. The under is plus 126 on Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world. So this is a big line discrepancy. And what you'll notice is nearly all of these bookies, PointsBet, 5 Dimes, Pinnacle, they're pricing the over 20.5 first half total points, minus 140 to minus 147. So FanDuel's asleep at the wheel. They're giving us way too good of odds on the over, and I ended up locking it in, as you can see right here. 312.50 is what I got. So again, on the arbitrage page, every single play for every single arbitrage bet, because you can earn risk-free money betting on the over and the under, or the one side of the spread and the other side of the spread. Like here, it's like Cardinals plus 4.5 is going to hit, or Chargers minus 4.5 is going to hit. So clearly, every game is frickin' asleep at the wheel. They're giving us minus 110 on Cardinals plus 4.5. I've never heard of the sports book, but whatever. Every other bookie is pricing this minus 145 to minus 181, 92. They're asleep at the wheel offering minus 110. You want to hammer that bet. So basically, you can use this page because one of these 2 bets always is going to be profitable. Here, Sexton over 3.5 assists or Sexton under 3.5 assists at plus 135. One of these bets, by definition, has to be profitable. You can also just arbitrage bet, right? It's like day trading sports. Because sports books slip up And, it's not common. What I always say is kind of out of the millions of odds across sports books. So if you look here, it's like you can see just for one game how much different stuff you can bet on. And this is just Caesar Sportsbook. So it's not like arbitrage is super common, but OddsJam updates millions of odds in real time to find you those few rare betting opportunities where you can bet the over and the under and make a risk-free profit. It's like day trading sports. You are day trading sports due to differences in sportsbook odds and earning risk-free profits. And it really is a hustler's game, as I like to say. Like, if we look at this play on Sexton, right, it's like, okay, this is a 1.9% profit margin. We know one of these bets has to be profitable, either the over or the under. But if you arbit, right, you just pull up this calculator. This calculator tells you, okay, if you have $250 in your points bet account, you got to put $191 on the under on DraftKings. You'll earn a risk-free profit of $851. So what's so crazy about this is a 1.89% risk-free return. If you think about like a 10-year bond, a risk-free return, it's like, I don't know, it's like 1%, something like that. I'm not sure. We're earning 1.9% risk-free in a day, right? So you can very quickly grow your bankroll risk-free. It's not passive income, but still. And also, one of the two plays has to be profitable. So you can literally go down this page and just pick off whatever book you think is good, right? So like here, it's like first half total points, either the over 31.5 on DraftKings at plus 115 is good, or the under 31.5 at minus 114 on FanDuel. And if you want to, you can click into the event page, take a look at where all the sports books are, posting their odds, and try to figure out, okay, which bet is good. So that's the first play I went with. Then I went with two EV plays, right? Again, just using data. It's free to browse odds on OddsJam. Any game you wanna look at, any sport, millions of odds updating in real time. It's free to line shop, right? Line shopping is really the core of sports betting. Because all these sports books, it's fascinating to me, right? All of these sports books set lines independently. So it's like having, hundreds of different prices for Bitcoin, which is wild if you think about it. They all want to set lines independently and be unique so you can ruthlessly compare the sports books where they're setting lines and hunt for value. And like beating the sports books, it's not that complicated, right? They charge a 4 to 5% vig or spread. They're like car dealers, right? They charge a spread. That's the sportsbook business model. They charge the juice, the vig. So all you're trying to do as a sharp bettor is figure out what are those few spots they're slipping up enough for me to beat the vig, beat the juice. So the next play I went with is Andy Dalton over 214.5 passing yards. So you can see I locked it in small for $100, as well as my Penguins bet. And again, you can see right here, DraftKings has this minus 115, 10-bet minus 115, and Pinnacle minus 114. So we have three other data points in the market, all telling us this should be priced at minus 115-ish. We're getting plus 106, clearly getting enough value to beat the vig. Either Caesars is smarter than these three sports books. This OddsJam column is just the Pinnacle column, right? Or Caesars is way off the mark, and this is a play we want to be all over. And again, typically I just sort OddsJam for the highest profit margin plays. So here you can see 2.25%. That's what I locked in, right? And then next I went with Buccaneers Browns under 20.5. So what you're going to notice is, hey, Sports Illustrated, they have the under favored. PointsBet, they have the under favored. Bet Online, under favored. Bovada, under favored. Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world, under favored. So basically every single sportsbook either has the under favored or they're giving you the same line on both the over and the under. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sports books all telling us the under should be favored, and then FanDuel with the over favored. So clearly FanDuel slipping up, giving us this play at plus money, right? So you can also use this no vig odds calculator. So what this calculator does is it just removes the vig. So for example, if we put in Bet Online's market, they have the over at minus 105, they have the under favored at minus 115. So this calculator says, okay, let's remove the vig, remove the juice. And you can see right here, it's saying, okay, the fair line, the true price, the true odds for the under is minus 104. We're getting plus 100 on FanDuel. So you're always getting better odds, right? Being able to get plus money when the true price is minus money, right? The true odds is minus 104. You're getting plus 100. According to BetOnline's model, this plays incredible, right? Which makes sense, right? BetOnline, they have the under favored. They're giving you worse odds on the under, and you're getting plus 100. And then you can look at Bovada. They have this plus 100, minus 120. So their model, every sportsbook's slightly different depending on their model, right? All the action they've taken in the market. Sports betting markets are like the stock market. They're supply and demand. So here, 52.17%, minus 109 is the true odds. So you can see to the entire market, we're getting, the no vig odds are minus 102. So this is the favored outcome. We're getting plus 100. So I maxed it for the max I could, which was right here, 250. And I say this all the time, but this applies to any sport. So I also locked in this play on the Penguins, right? And I say this all the time too, but I ride with you guys on all these plays. Losses, this is a play I gave out for college basketball on Friday. We have a win here. We have a loss here. I ride with you guys on all these plays, the wins, the losses, right? The winning streaks, which you can see here, everything. I'm riding with you guys, and the reason is math just works, right? Every sportsbook, you treat it as an independent data point of where the line should be set. And the truth is, you're not smarter than the sportsbooks, right? If you're just the Maple Leafs are going to win tomorrow, I'm going to bet on them. Why are you smarter than the millions of other people betting on the NHL tomorrow, right? What is your edge? These sportsbooks invest hundreds of millions of dollars into their line setting capabilities. Why are you smarter than them in the hundreds of millions of, bettors or dollars being bet on the NHL? Why are you smarter, right? This is a market. So if you're just betting into it blindly without line shopping or looking for value, you're assuming you're smarter than the market and the sportsbooks and their sophisticated models. It makes no sense. The way to make money sports betting is you get tons of different sportsbook accounts, right? So you can see here, I'm filtering for the 5 sportsbooks I use. Here, because this wasn't supposed to be an NFL video, I was just filtering for NFL. But here, I just, I'm saying, okay, I'll see every league. Is there some plays on FanDuel, some on Caesars, some on WinBet and PointsBet. So more sportsbooks is merrier. And you just look for those few spots they're slipping up, and you can get these insane value plays, right? You can see here, Pinnacle, right? The sharpest bookmaker in the world, that's an arbitrage bet. They're giving you plus 119 on the Maple Leafs. So you're getting an arbitrage bet to the sharpest bookmaker in the world that's pricing it at minus 135 with only 16 cents in width in their market. Super tight market for the sharpest bookmaker. You're getting 20 cents of improvement. That's a freaking hammer, right? And again, 2% return in a day. I say this all the time, but this is why sports betting is so powerful, is when you can earn a 2% return in a day, that's 60 freaking percent a month if you're betting every day. So it's not passive income, but a 2% return on 2.5K, $50 in profit margin, right? So we're earning a little over $50 in profit margin. So here are my 3 plays, the 3 stakes. There were actually 4 plays, but one of the plays we found on the ARB page, not the positive EV tool. So regardless, I locked them all in. The sheet is in the description with all my plays. We're at 53K profit so far. Hopefully we can keep it going up and to the right. Any questions you have about sharp sports betting, let us know. And thanks so much.